can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Pretty intense Ket shield for the middle of nowhere.
That's Jarnik. The Ket think they'll find some remnant thing there. Our people can't break through that shield. It's controlled from the main command base.
Looks like the poachers have already moved on. Hold on, there's a datapad here. We'll take care of these poachers, Jal. I promise.
Thank you. I know it's difficult to understand. The Yavara are intelligent, amazing creatures. And they are being slaughtered.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
And that implant amplifies your natural biotic potential?
Yep.
It must act on neuroelectrical impulses. But That seems risky. What sort of transistor does it use?
I don't know.
Mind if I just...
No!
Pretty sure the AI rulebook doesn't insist the Pathfinder always gets to drive. I swear I will turn this car around.
Pathfinder, this remnant site may have defense systems.
Remnant here.
Life support levels critical. Please seek safety.
It's hard when you're small, when biotics means what happens if you get angry at mom.
Our parents train our skills like they teach us to dress ourselves. You didn't have help?
This is the source of the periphone's signal.
Oh god. And there's Ket on site. Let's clear them out. Take them down hard!
Don't you worry. That was one hell of a shot, Jal.
They become easier if you imagine your target is the Archon's face.
Noted. go!
That's the Perifona, all right. What's left of her.
Definitely Ket weapons fire. This wasn't just a crash. The Ket pulverized the ship. No survivors.
Without the crew, we've lost our best lead to the Asari Ark.
But this is stupid. If they want Asari for exaltation, why not take the crew alive?
It's like they saw the Perifona itself as a threat. But it's no match for a Ket cruiser.
Ryder, Cora, something is left. A flight recorder.
It's in bad shape. But let's see what...
Final log. If the Ark ever finds this, we failed. Couldn't draw them off. The data copy's lost. The decimation's too cunning. Forgive us. We tried...
The decimation. Hidaria mentioned specialized Ket hunters. Maybe that's them.
Anyway, we could use that or the flight recorder to find the Ark.
If the nav record survived, we could trace the Perifona's flight path. Might lead us to them.
I can assist.
I'll take a look when we get back. Still lots to do. Too bad your people don't have biotics. But that EM ability of yours?
Well, we all have it. It's useful, but not exciting.
You make art with it, fight with it, blow up electronics.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose it has a beauty.
Pathfinder. I can hack that message console.
Check out that remnant area.
It appears Ket have been here, Pathfinder.
This must be the poacher's camp.
Something tells me they won't let us stroll in and chat.
We're not alone.
critically low. Life support systems offline.
Good one.
Life support failing. Seek safety immediately. Life support is failing.
Good work.
Life support levels are critically low. CAT signals detected ahead, Pathfinder.
Got targets!
Resources in this area are limited.
It corners a little poorly, doesn't it? Your vehicle?
Stop shooting. Can we talk?
One of my people. I don't understand.
The people I hired shot at you, and you took care of them. I understand that. Now let's talk.
After all I've heard, I didn't expect that an Angara led these hunts.
Then you've been talking to the Angara here. I'm sure they told you the stories, how the Yavara are the only living history we have left. But these creatures might also hold the key to our war against the Ket.
Explain.
I've been performing tests. An enzyme in the Yavara's skin could treat the effects of Ket weaponry. If I'm right, our fighters could heal faster, push back against the Ket.
No. Not like this. Creatures are dying.
You see, my people would rather cling to tradition than think about the future.
You really think this enzyme will work? It'll heal your people?
I need to run more tests, but it looks promising. Just let me continue my research for the future of my people.
Ryder, I don't know how to feel. I can't make this decision.
Sam, send her information to the Resistance.
Transmitting data.
I suggest you get off Fold before they get that info.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'll contact the commander. Thank you, Ryder. I think this is the right choice.
I'll go. Just let me pack my equipment.
Approaching the Glory Seeker nav point, the Ket station is close.
Nice work.
temperature is falling, Pathfinder. Approaching the glory-seeker nav point, the Ket station is close.
Don't get close!
detecting below normal temperatures. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder. Life support restored. I'm detecting below normal temperatures. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Ah, you found your first beacon. Ready for a taste of Heskar training?
Give me your best shot.
There's a gigantic fiend nearby. Let's see if you can hunt it before it hunts you. Gigantic fiend nearby. Let's see if you can hunt it before it hunts you. would hunt for food on long missions. Later, from tradition. Good work.
I'm reading a temperature decrease. Environment. Life support restored. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. I detect heavy weapons fire nearby.
Nice work.
Outlaw! Get ready!
Resistance fighters are okay.
So, the Pathfinder. Here to convince us you're a friend. If that's the goal, take my advice. Don't join fights that aren't yours.
Your leader asked me to lend a hand. I'm honoring his request.
Then you're free to move on. Mind yourself out here. Not everyone sees the difference between you and the kit.
Here's a hint. I'm the good-looking one.
Ha.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Extreme cold is detected, Pathfinder. Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
That's Techix, according to my map.
I'm reading a temperature decrease. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. This site is viable for an initiative outpost, Pathfinder. Confirmed.
Congratulations, Pathfinder. This was a real challenge.
Make sure Fumiyoku
and
keeps
badly
to
needed.
himself. We don't need him
Hello
spreading
again,
his bad
Director.
attitude.
How close are you keeping tabs on me anyway?
As close as you'd expect when you're inserting us into local concerns. Real talk, Pathfinder? I, as Governor Shai, is already up my arse about this outpost. If local Angara weren't on board, we'd have a problem. We are good, right? As much as you've brought us, we can't afford to anger the neighbors.
Procedure was followed, as I invented it. Don't worry, we were invited.
Good. We need every drop of viability. Especially after this Ket facility. Vold helps. Cold as it is, it changes estimates in our favor. But the initiative needs you to find more. And no doubt it will draw scavengers. Check the Knoll system for Dr. Kennedy's trackers. We need to determine her status. Time for the uncomfortable bit, Pathfinder. The flag waving.
I'm supposed to summarize Vold?
As much as anyone can.
Vold is a hard world, but it's not without life. It has history, people. It was worth fighting for. We're not walking into the unknown. We're joining something. And that is better than we hoped for.
Recorded, Pathfinder. Addison out.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder. I've located a suitable site for an HNS receiver, Pathfinder. Nav point is set.
Make sure Fumiyoku keeps to himself. We don't need him spreading his bad attitude. Pleasure to meet you, Pathfinder. Priya Blake, Captain of Outpost Taravuni. I'm glad you're here. I thought we'd have to deal with this on our own.
What's the problem? Is it the Ket?
No, at least I don't think so. A few of my drill technicians went missing on a research expedition west of here. We've tried their comms, but get nothing but static.
Do you know where they were headed?
I know the route, but we lost their tracking signal halfway through. I don't know how far they got. We tried to look at their research notes, but the data is corrupted. We have 0 leads. I was supposed to keep these people safe. I've already failed them.
Don't lose hope. I'll find your people.
Coming from you, I believe it. Their research log is in the lab. Maybe your AI can piece together the corrupted data and get a nav point.
I have to say, I'm surprised the Angara let us put an outpost here.
A portion of the ice we mine goes to their blockade runners, who take it to resistance bases all over the cluster.
Water for their soldiers.
It feels good to do our part against the Ket, however small.
We're staking a claim, but what does the initiative want with Vold?
Look at the landscape. What do you see?
Ice? A lot of ice?
Water. And the source of it. We're proud to serve as the initiative's first ice runners. We mine the ice here and haul it to colonies where water is scarce.
Like Eos.
Even the Nexus. The more people we wake from cryo, the more resources we'll need. Our ice runners make sure water is never a problem.
Were you in the Alliance too?
I was an Alliance officer for a decade before I got sick of being a pawn in the Council's power plays. Heard about the initiative and figured it'd be a fresh start. A chance to make a real difference.
You ever miss the Alliance?
Given the chance, I'd make this choice all over again. But when I see the Resistance push against the Ket, makes me wonder if my days behind a gun aren't really over.
You picked a mouthful of a name for the outpost.
It's Shalesh, Angaran language, means forward together. It represents the close relationship we have with the Angara here on Vold.
Glad to hear you're working together.
This is their world. Because of you, they trusted us enough to give us a place in it. Now it's my job to cement that bond. We'll do our best to earn what they've given us.
I should head out.
Come back if you need anything.
I got one for you. Here to Eldon, 3 hours, 42 minutes.
Cute.
Don't tell me.
3 hours, 18 minutes.
Damn.
So I get to meet the Pathfinder responsible for making this place happen. I'm Lizanna Telesso. Because of you, I have the best job in the galaxy.
Which is...
I'm an ice runner. I get to dodge the Scourge and outrun the Cat to bring water to the colonies. Doesn't get more exciting than that.
So you're responsible for the well-being of the colonies. That's a big deal.
It doesn't fall on my shoulders alone. But I like making a difference.
How did you get into this job?
I was a pilot for the Citadel fleet, till I got bored and wanted something new. The initiative sounded right up my alley. I was one of the first to sign up.
But how do you end up at this outpost?
I asked. Marched into Priya's office and told her I was the best pilot she'd get. Said I didn't care if the outpost was mostly ex-Alliance. I wanted in. I've been giving her trouble ever since.
So you mine the ice as a water source. Smart.
I fly ice blocks to the Nexus. Eos. Even made a run to Havarl for the Angara. Speaking of which, sounded like there was trouble brewing when I landed. The Angara were on edge. Maybe you should check it out.
I've flown through the Scourge before. It's not easy.
That's half the fun. I get to change my routes to avoid it, like I'm outsmarting it. I've had a few close calls where it shorted my nav system. Once, I flew blind all the way to the Nexus.
There's no way you pulled that off.
There's a reason I was the Citadel's best pilot.
Take it easy.
No fun in that.
How far did the drill techs have to dig?
Already 30 meters deep. No depth. Temperature change.
This damn ice ball. Pathfinder, welcome to Scenic Vold. Hope you're enjoying the view. To the east, ice. To the west, more ice.
I take it you aren't thrilled about your assignment?
When we arrived, I almost turned around and flew right back to the Nexus. But I'll endure this frozen hell if it means completing my research.
What are you researching?
I'm studying ways we can harness geothermal activity as a source of energy. Believe it or not, below Vold's surface is a maze of heated geothermal vents. Keeps the planet from becoming completely inhospitable. But just barely.
And you can use it as a power source.
That's the hope. I hear the Angara are doing something similar, but they won't let me get close. So I'm determined to find the solution on my own.
I'm good for now.
Don't freeze to death out there.
Think you can get me a few extra converters?
The Nexus sent a bunch to EOS last week, but I'll see what I can.
Make sure Fumiyoku keeps to himself. We don't need him spreading his bad attitude.
Here's our Pathfinder. Captain Blake says you're welcome to any tech in my stock. By the way, I saw your Nomad earlier. How does that thing handle?
It keeps the cat off me. That's all I can ask for.
Fair point. Still, I bet it's fun to drive. Anyway, I have new tech in stock. See if anything strikes your interest.
It's you. Bennett Cahaley reporting for duty. You need supplies? I'm your man. It's an honor to meet you, Pathfinder.
Everything in working order? You have enough support from the Nexus?
No complaints, Pathfinder. Captain Blake makes sure everything runs smoothly.
Captain Blake?
Not an official title, of course. She earned the nickname because she runs this place like an Alliance camp. But I've jabbered away for too long. You're here for supplies.
Let's see what you have.
Whatever you need, I've got it.